Was that a spot or two of rain on the camera lens there as the BMW went by going up towards turn 9. So this is the BMW of Ben Tuck you're looking at, third, fourth Söderström, and the challenge for 5th place, the Rover liveried BMW. It is now in the hands of Jesse Krohn. He's crawling all over the back of Leonardo Moncini. Top of the race to go as you look at Sven Müller in number 96 Porsche, the Rutronic car, going up through turn 7, the other side of which Tommaso Mosca here is pounding up towards the right of turn 12.
Into that championship's centrepiece. Then we've got another race that's got a lot of heritage and been taken over by ICGT, which is the 1000k of Fuji. And then a race that they...
Cordeal at the wheel of the car. One of many on this grid who was in the Asian Le Mans series, for example, Dustin Blackness. Getting really crowded here, look, coming out of senior cars on the curbs, cars up the inside. Tim Tramnitz is on the attack in the purple and white BMW on the inside, and he's going to be able to vault a place, if not two.
Yeah, great move from whatever happened at senior to where we picked it up, but yeah, Loke has made up a few places in that. He's kind of escaped that battle pack, which is the place you
crash that. So let's see, when does the move come? Not before the line, remember, Matt Griffin. Be careful, he pulls alongside the Aston Martin, crosses the line, 74 thousandths of a second behind. That was perfectly judged, gets his nose ahead and outbreaks the Aston Martin into La Source. So Ferrari lead in the British GT Championship. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that. And Matt Griffin, a real
racing rivalry continues apace.
Just seen a note from race control. They extended the wave-by period by exactly the amount of time that we were under red flag, and we've just gone by that. I think that's super officiating. I really do. You can absolutely justify that in every single way, but that has just flapped up, so the 55 minutes and 41 seconds.
So it got there thus.
CSA McLaren was there, wasn't it? The 111 car looked very close in an odd place to go off, and a very odd place, like you said, for Alfred Renauer, a very fast.
Final lap, this is the final opportunity. Don't have to worry about what's going on behind, because there's a gap now. So Menzel doesn't have to worry about a false move. He just can make a move. But is there any opportunities for a move? The fingers and the toes are crossed down at Go Jigen. Certainly turn 8 is not an opportunity to overtake. This chicane you cannot overtake, but maybe into the final turn. Let's see. 10 days ago, taking victory in the Shanghai 8 hours. I say 10 days ago because it happens midweek. But a win here in China is surely going to be one of their biggest achievements to date on a circuit that nobody knew coming here. Extra special, extra hard work for the teams. They just bolt.
The car leaves and a mechanic was still running around the back, not over the white line behind which the mechanics need to be. That's where tiny little errors can cost you a win.
Well, yeah, I think that's written into the rules.
There are bits of the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit that might be a bit like the Nordschleife, so he's going well on a similar sort of circuit. Good battle on here as 7 it was, 2.1 it is.
And I tell you what, that Aston hasn't lifted out. So he's held up again all the time. Fella now has caught the bunch of cars in front, or 2 cars in front. Yeah. So status quo, same situation. This is frustrating for Juncadella.
Incident at Brands Hatch last time turned the GT4 Championship on its head, and now Jack Brown somehow has got this car into a championship winning position, but with so many variables, so many things happening around him that are largely out of his control, he's just got to try and keep his cool. His Blake Anglis not close enough to challenge, but wide goes Brown. He outbraked himself slightly, perhaps conscious of an attack coming from the Ginetta, but he fend past.
But look, he's absolutely gobbled up the real estate to get onto the tail of that BMW. At the start of the lap, it was 9/10 of a second. So is the BM going to be as tough a nut to crack as the Aston Martin?
BMW's gone through its tyres. That car is circulating so slowly from Van der Linde, who's just got no grip whatsoever as we're now in the slipstream. Are we going to get 2 more laps? Press gaps big enough to P2 where he could actually back out and make this the last lap. I think it's too risky because he would have to let a couple of back markers through, so I think he'll...
But it's just an eternal factor. And now a move is coming in from Connor to Felipe. He's got alongside nearly before Jules Gounon. This time he's got his nose in front and has made the move work.
Gounon had to get out of the throttle though because there was no way through in front of him. That was a white BMW having to go through the corner as well. Remember, they're in their own race. They're trying to win their own class. Gounon's route was blocked through Schwedenkreuz. He had a BMW along.
Harper comes to fight back, but look, Drouet in the Grunt and Go Mustang is alongside. So over the timing line they go. When they broke the beam, Drouet was ahead by 24,000 to the second, and it all kicks off at turn 1. Up the inside goes the Ferrari, brakes late. Does he make the corner? He does. Good move by Mosca.
Harper could get both of them here. They're falling over each other. This is going to be interesting. Mosca is so aggressive. If he goes right now, he's going to turn himself around. I thought that's what he's going to do to Harper as he comes across the front. He's going to try and send it around the outside. This
coming out of Drouet, one car off the road.
Yeah, Optimum McLaren 90. Looks like it's hit the wall. It's taken the barrier out. How much damage? It's probably on the other side of the car. Another cautious start was Martin, the Lamborghini. He got jumped originally by Tilbrook, who's now behind. But look at Dawson, now over the back of his teammate. These are 1 and 2 in the championship, but in the other order. As you see a move from Smith down the inside of Howard, is there going to be contact? Fair driving by both.
Good showing of it. Oh, and off the road. Down at the Scuderia Auto Art Chase. Oh! Dan, there was a little bit of contact that saw the Hallmark Audi with Mark Senior behind the wheel. Very close to being buried in that gravel trap. And generally, if you go in that gravel trap on the exit of the chase, you're not...
Very, very strong in practice in the Porsche. That was kind of in the early stages of practice where the Porsches were, in general, stronger than the rest of the field. Now we've got cars up to temperature. And Sims on the flashers. Bastien Bus trying the same thing on Daniel Liu. Bus up to 4th position, so Bus has...
Can ill afford to be jettisoning places left, right and centre. He's only got 8 minutes to go, and I think there's enough traffic between him and Tommaso Mosca for Romain Andriolo to be on for a maiden class win here. But it is certainly a car that is dropping down the order. Part of getting past as well isn't just your speed, it's where you encounter the cars around the racetrack. It might be that you suddenly come across them on a path.
Half of the course, knows his way around a damp and greasy racetrack, and he is now starting to take some big chunks of time out of Hugo Cook ahead. Martin Plowman, by the way, has overtaken Johnny Adam on the previous lap for 4th position. Plowman, that car, the Paddock Motorsport McLaren, was really quick in very similar conditions to these in pre-qualifying yesterday. Yeah. McLaren's right round the outside of the old hairpin, that is uber brake.
The inside line up to turn 4.
Yeah, dramatic pause, and Harry King would have had to be looking behind him to work out whether the move was coming. Does Niederhaus send it? Does he now just steady the ship? His teammates look on. Sven Muller's not going to have any nails left at this rate, is he? He's got to keep this momentum going. He's got to get more points. He's got to get the championship.
Pure and simple. And now, look, Ten Voorde is under attack from Alessio Rovere. Now he is being really defensive.
Weird and wonderful things. Now, that's someone slowing down right in front of Kevin. He gets by, that's all right. He's had to go offline and loses the back end. That's just half a car's width offline at Brunchen.
Yeah.
Coming through to the second part of Brunchen there.
That far behind, Guillermo Oliveira in the McLaren is coming back at the pair of them as Pauwels again tries to go to the inside of the penultimate corner. He then needs to switch sides, but he's hung out to dry on the outside off the Virage Dupont.
Yeah, the McLaren's right in the battle, isn't he? And I think Pauwels will feel like he's been a bit naive there, leaving the door open into 10. I think he thought it was job done. He didn't appreciate the pace of the Ford, and he is going to lose a place, I think, to Oliveira in that.
We're up to turn 5, and I'm afraid the BMW is still ahead, so Jack Brown was telling you fibs.
Yeah, all bark, no bite, and did look like the rear left, that jolt car was down a bit. Was that just a divot in the grass? It has got going from the inside of turn 3, so all good, all cars now going.
We're not done yet, though, for Morgan Tilbrook, because now Rob Collard is up the inside. So one Lamborghini has found a way by, and Rob Collard charges along. Contact between the two. You don't do that twice to Rob Collard. He's going to go through on the inside line. He goes
in this race, so you split that in half. That's an hour and 14. The McLaren under pressure from Raffaello Marciello in the BMW. Tries to go around the outside at turn 2. That's not going to happen now. He has to run around the outside of the cutting. You're not going to get that done either. So the McLaren defending hard now. We're too wide going into the cutting.
Dale Bradler motorsport car, wasn't it, that got out into the grey, and I don't think it went full.
He ended up driving with Lion Speed in bronze, but attracted the attention of Porsche sufficiently to give him a seat now on the factory roster. Lion Speed given a car to run in the Pro Cup, and so Ricardo Fella and Bastien Bous are going to have a first victory together. Lion Speed GP is going to be a winner in any race outright for the first time at this level. It is a win in race 2 at Brands Hatch for Porsche, for Ricardo Fella and Bastien Bous.
Well, that's the body armour for cars. He needs that because that car is going to get pebble dashed from the Ginetta. Ginetta looks okay, pace looks okay now. Was it a mistake? Was it the MK Aston Martin hold up? This is actually what Jack Brown will want. He'll want that Ginetta just to go away. He's an annoying wasp in your very small car. Just get out my way and let me crack on, because I'm still going to be champion, but don't cost me any time. Because you can see Charlie Robinson is in the background. Luca Hobson